Hello, my name is Jason. I'm from California, and this video is about the customer service from pulsetechnologies.com and their authorized provider, Jordan D. Young. So anyways, Pulse Technologies or pulsetech.com sells Rife machines, and if you don't know what a Rife machine is, it's a piece of technology basically where you can input frequencies into your body, and some of these frequencies stimulate healing and others affect diseases you may have, such as Lyme disease, which is what I have. So a few months ago I bought some of the products from Jordan, and I asked if there was anything I could do to help, and he said yeah, I could do a video on their customer service because they have all sorts of testimonials on the health benefits to using their technology, but they don't have any on the customer service yet. And I could see why they would want this, because Rife Machine is not mainstream and it can seem a little intimidating and confusing at first, especially because people may think the device is too complicated to use. So there's my little introduction, and I have a written script is going to be the first part of the video, and the second part of the video is going to be me going over all of the equipment. I'm going to talk about how to use it and just go over some of the stuff Jordan and I discussed during remote sessions. Okay, let's see here. So like I said, a few months ago I got the PFG2Z Rife machine, PP LED lights, and colloidal silver generator from Jordan for my health issues such as Lyme disease. Like many people, I thought that the Rife machine might be a little too hard to figure out. I know that Jordan is giving people free consults, sometimes even in their homes in Michigan, but since I'm from California and that's where I live, he was willing to talk to me frequently about the Rife technology on cell phone and email before I bought anything. When I finally did buy everything, he called me up all of a sudden and asked me if I wanted to do a free remote session. So this was really easy to do. All the remote software comes with a device, and I'm going to show more of that in a little bit here. So literally after a few minutes of him inputting frequencies, I had my first major positive reaction. Since then I've felt better. Jordan also showed me his techniques on how to best use the device during this remote session. To someone new to Rife technology, this equipment may seem a little bit hard to wrap your head around at first, but it's not too hard to figure out, and this is actually the best and most simple Rife machine I've used so far. So there's tons and tons of Rife machines out there. I've used 4 other ones. All of them are popular and you may have heard of them. They are the Doug Coyle, OnDemed, EPFX, SCIO, and Beamray. So Jordan has an understanding of health issues because, other than using Rife machines on health challenged people for years, he's personally overcome disease such as Lyme. You will not get that from most Rife customer service. He's given me tons of free consults by cell phone and email. I feel like he doesn't have a problem giving away what he's learned from his many years of Rife expertise. And what I also think is interesting about Jordan is he didn't just start with the Pulse Technologies stuff and, you know, and that was the end all be all, and it's not like he's never used anything else. He started out with OnDemed, and most people, like if you're a health practitioner and you buy a certain Rife machine, a superior technology comes along the way, you're just going to ignore that and keep using the one you have. So he started off with OnDemed, and then he researched. He was very proactive about researching other Rife machines, and then saw great testimonials from the PFG2Z, and then switched over to that. So other than his history of health issues and overcoming those, he's also used many other Rife machines. He also encourages proactive questions and feedback to support your treatment, so he's not like typical doctors. Not that he is a doctor who just want to say it's all in your head and do this, and they can't really answer a lot of your questions. He's willing to give free support as well to anyone who buys from him for at least a year. Plus, he will give you the private frequency libraries from the company. So far, I've actually responded best to these frequencies as opposed to the ones that you can find for free online. Also, pulsetechnologies.com has great warranty and buyback policies. So Pulse Technologies, also PulseTech.com, are the ones that manufacture the devices. And again, Jordy is an authorized provider who sells them and will give you support. So if you or someone you know has health issues, I would recommend looking into PulseTech.com and Jordan. Jordan also he goes by Jordy DeYoung. So now it's going to be the second part of the video where I'm going to go over all the equipment and some of the literature. Here is the actual Rife machine, the PFG2Z. It's just this small little box. You just hook it up to your computer. It's very simple. Here are the cables. You plug these into these electrodes here, which you then attach to your body. Here's the light. Now the light is optional. I would still recommend it, however, because they will give you a very large discount if you buy it with your first purchase of Rife machine. Here's what it looks like when you turn it on. It's not as powerful as the contact device, but you can use them both at the same time. And here's what it looks like when it's running. Also, the light can do stuff that the basic PFG cannot. It can make homeopathic remedies. So first, here's what it looks like when you turn it on. See, it'll flicker like that. It's also great if you have an animal or a child who can't be strapped into the electrodes. And here's the this used to be full, but this is a large jug. I actually got this jug when I bought some other colloidal silver that was pre-made, and this entire jug was about 3 times more expensive than the colloidal silver generator that I got from PulseTech.com. And here's what that looks like. You just plug this into the Rife machine. It's really simple. You add distilled water. So you're obviously going to save a lot of money if you're taking a lot of colloidal silver if you make it yourself. You can also use the light to imprint homeopathic remedies on the colloidal silver as well. Or just if you have a jug of water, just point the light at it like that. And here are the immersible probes. These are really cheap and make the Rife machine more powerful and conductive. So it's like that. You just plug it in instead of the electrode. And then I've got a bucket to show here. Just put it in the bucket. Not sure if you can see that. Then put your feet in, and you can, read a book or do some work on the computer, do your email, and just use the Rife machine for many hours. And then you only need 1 electrode instead of 2. Now here's the Zyto. This does not have to do anything with PulseTech.com per se. However, if you do buy from Jordan, he's not only a PulseTech provider, but also for Zyto. So here's what the hand cradle looks like. You just put your hand on this, and you make an appointment with Jordy, and then he'll be able to scan you online, and you'll be talking with him over the phone. And this can look for potential health problems that you may have. Now, had I done this and known about it a long time ago, this is only $250 plus $50 appointment with Jordy, which is the cheapest I found so far. That would have saved me a huge amount of money and time, because if you have Lyme disease, most of us have gone to many doctors, including psychiatrists and stuff, only to eventually find out that we have Lyme disease, which can cause all sorts of neurocognitive type issues. And then you see a Lyme literate doctor. So this could point you in the direction right away and save a lot of money. And not only that, the people from Pulse Technologies will tell you that the Zyto works in synthesis well with the PFG2Z Rife machine, because it can scan you for Rife frequencies and other health areas to look at, and also supplements that your body may be asking for. So I would highly recommend that as well. Now here's a look at the software. Actually, here's the CD which you get when you make the purchase. It not only has the software to run the PFG, but also it's got some remote support. So besides, well, similar to the Zyto, if you do remote support, Jordan will temporarily take control of your computer, and he can run the lab for you. And I'm probably a little more computer literate than your average person, but He showed me some great ways to make it a little bit more efficient, and this is actually really simple. It was a little confusing to begin with, but if you know, Jordan does free phone appointments and stuff like that for a year if you buy from him. So he's a Rife expert. So on the left you see that's the frequency, the waveform you don't really have to worry about, except occasionally you use sine if it's a brain frequency. There's so many you can run, like triangle though. There's sine. Offset you don't have to worry about unless you have the plasma. And then power. The power will make it more conductive, but it can get uncomfortable, especially if you have high power at low frequency. And then the time. So what's great too is you have the library. Now here's the private protocols. I'm not allowed to show those, and you will get those if you buy from Jordan. And I've actually had the most reactions out of anything to the private protocols as opposed to the CAFL list. And I'm not being paid to say that. That's the truth. And I actually had my first major reaction with a free remote consult with Jordan. So they had the CAFL, which is one of the most popular Rife lists that you can buy online. I mean, actually get for free online. It comes with the Rife machine for free, but you know, you don't have to research things and then copy and paste everything. You can just go to the library and add whatever you want to a new or empty session. So that's real convenient. Then they have higher frequencies of the original consolidated list. Let's see here. So now I'll just show you. This is Jordan's website, youtube.com/ondemedjedi. So it's mostly testimonials about how the Rife machine works so well. The video I'm making is mostly about the customer service, which has been great. And let's see. And then pulsetechnologies.com, also pulsetech.com is the company's website. Here are the products I'll go over really quick. So the PFG2Z, that's the one you need, I think, for all the other products. So I got everything but the plasma. I didn't get the P3 Pro, which is a combination of everything, I think. You have to be a provider to get that anyway. So yeah, I would definitely recommend the light and the contact. Also the colloidal silver accessory, the immersible probe. And here is Jordan DeYoung's contact information. So yeah, customer service from Jordan and pulsetechnologies.com. Thumbs up.